What's up, you guys? I'm going to be doing NHL 14 GM mode with the Calgary Flames. I'm going to try rebuilding this team from the bottom up because they weren't dead last in the NHL last year, but their team pretty much looks like it with their roster. So I'm going to start from the first round of the NHL draft lottery, or the NHL draft. And looks like Frederick Gauthier. He looks like a guy we could take right off the bat. Looks pretty physical. He's got good defensive stats, good shooting. He'll get better with the age. I usually don't want to take a defenseman in the first round just because first round's usually where you're going to get your superstar players, and defensemen aren't quite as important to me as getting a superstar forward. So I got Gauthier with my first pick, and now we have 3 picks in the draft, luckily. Anthony Mantha, let's look at his stats. He's big. He should fill out to probably, hopefully, 200 pounds eventually. They don't have a whole lot of stats for him so far because of the scouting reports. They didn't scout him completely. Like this guy too, he probably doesn't have, they don't know half his defensive stats, which kind of hurts because defense is important to me with defensive centers. Oh, Alexander Barkov. Oh, Nick Mutry. He's a big boy. He's someone that could maybe start in a couple of seasons for us, and they know all his stats. You know what? I'm going to take this guy, Nick Mutry. I think that's how you say it. Keep simming. Wow. Sean Monahan still is available. I don't really want to take another forward. Let's see what the defense are like. Josh Morrissey. He's supposed to go in the second round, but I don't have a second round pick, and I can drop back a little. Ooh. He's got a good wrist shot. It looks like he's got good shooting stats. His defense will have to improve, but I like this kid. So I'm going to draft him. And that's it for the first round. And now I'm just going to simulate the rest of the draft because I don't have a pick until the third round. And by then, pretty much no superstars come out of the third round. So now it's on to re-signing players. And I don't have any music or anything playing due to the fact that it would copyright the crap out of it. So my voice is the only source of audio for this video. Alright, let's look at what we have. Camilleri is our, obviously, superstar. We gotta keep, man, there's not much talent after him. There's only 7 guys with an 80 overall or better. Let's look at Backlund. Gonna re-sign him no matter what. 6 foot, 196. He's only 24. Got good shooting stats, skating, puck skills. He looks good defensively. He would be a good third line player for us. I think a good third line center for a shutdown line. So let's see what he wants. I got 14 million to spend. 1.4. Let's try and cut it down a little bit. Try signing these guys for the least amount of money that I have to spend. So that's that. He's still got a contract. Paul Byron. He's 24, overall 72. I don't think he's going to be a star, so I'll just let him go. Blair Jones. Where's the guys we drafted? Oh, look at that. Frederick Gauthier, something like that. I think it's Gauthier. I've heard a lot of different versions. He's 18. He's got very good potential. He's already a 64 overall, which is a good sign. Let's look at his stats. Obviously, they're going to be low, but so far he's got decent wrist shot and slap shot power. Skating's up there, almost all 80s. Puck skills got to improve. Defense got to improve for me. And yeah, he's definitely worth signing. There's two things I can do. I can either not sign him and he goes back to his juniors club, or I can sign him and possibly have him on the team sometime soon. I think I'm going to re-sign. I'm going to sign him to a two-way contract. That way, he'll be in the AHL for 3 years, and if I want to call him up, I can. So that if his overall jumps up to like an 80, I can put him on the big club, and the AHL should advance his growth. Kurt Etchegary. Like these guys, I'm just going to let them go back to juniors. Lance Booma. Some of these guys, like Booma, I re-signed for the minor league team. And the salary on a two-way contract, the salary only counts against the Calgary Flames when they play games in the NHL. So if he plays the whole season in the AHL, it won't cost me anything. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Carter Banks, he's 23 overall, 65, and a lot of these guys I let go. Coda Gordon, Matt Rupert. There's not a whole lot of guys I'm interested here. And I need cap space too. But luckily these guys aren't counting against the cap. Same overall. This guy's younger and better overall. The green stars are better than the red. When you go for a two-way contract, he will. Sorry about that. I got a cold. All right, so look like we're signing him. Nick Mutry, 56 overall, 18. Let's look at his stats. His have to go up a lot, but so far they're not bad. So I'm going to re-sign this guy. Well, not re-sign, but actually sign him. Sorry about that. Cold, nasty colds. All right, so that does it for the forwards. Defense. TJ Brody's a restricted free agent. Gonna have to get him back. Luckily, it looks like he'll be cheap. We'll see if I can go 1.25 million. And with this, for anyone who doesn't play NHL 14, basically what's happening is I offer them a contract, and then I have to simulate 1 day for them to respond. This is another guy I got to re-sign. If I had more talent, yeah, 2 million. I don't want to re-sign him yet until I see what everyone else is doing. Mark Kandari. No. Christopher Breen. No, not yet. I guess it's time to simulate then. And so far, I want a centerpiece for my whole team. And you would think that'd be Mike Camilleri, but it's not. He's 31. He'll be a free agent next year. I think I could re-sign him, but I really want a young superstar, so I'm going to look for someone like Logan Couture. I figure I'm going to have to give up a lot to get him, but I wouldn't mind that. Because Couture is one of those guys. He's like an 89 overall, and he's got great passing, great shooting, and very fast, and that's exactly what I want from my first-line center. I want a Sidney Crosby-type center. And I'm sorry, that took a while, but we got one guy re-signed. TJ Brody declined. Lance Buma accepted. Nemes, Mutri, and Goche. So one guy declined. Wow, $13 million in cap space. All right, let's look at it this way. I got two. I guess Jackman can be the fourth line right wing for now, which is pretty sad considering he's not too good. So I got 3 right wingers, 4, wow, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I pretty much need to sign 3 free agents that are wingers. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble. So defensively, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I will sign Brody for 1.4. And, oh crap, I bet I have to oh no, I don't have to re-sign any goalies. Oh yeah, let's look at the goalies. Kiprusoff is going to retire soon, I bet. I mean, he retired in real life. Joey McDonald never really did anything. He's not a good backup. I really want to get a starting goalie so that Kiprusoff is a backup. And overall, if Kiprusoff retires soon, then I'm screwed. I'm going to have to find 2 goalies that are overall of 80 or better. I don't have to sign any of these guys, although, yeah, these guys can stay in juniors. I'm not sure if they can. I think they can. So we'll advance a day. And luckily, we have most of our guys re-signed for next year. The contract I really hate is Dennis Weidman's contract. He's only an 82 overall. He's at the age of 30. So he's on the downside of his career. His overall will probably just go lower and lower, and we have him for 4 seasons. And that's a guy I would love to move if we could, but I'm not sure we can. Oh, we have to go out of it and then back in. Sometimes it doesn't re-update the cap space, although I guess it did. Cool. So I don't have many players. I really have to. Oh, who is that? Patterson. Oh, he's not very good. Yeah. So looks like the only guy I got to re-sign is Brody at defense. Now I don't like giving him a $2.2 million contract, but all right, let's do 1 year. So maybe I can sneak it down to $2 million for Chris Butler. I don't like giving out a $2 million contract for an 80 overall defenseman just yet, because his cap goes up, salary cap goes up every year, but you know it's not right now. So I don't really like giving out contracts like that. But luckily, I have $12 million left. So I have $12 million for however many free agents I want. I'm going to do something that's kind of sneaky, and I'm sure the guy who I sign won't like it, but I'm going to try and sign, it looks like Stepan or LeCavalier. And the only reason I'm signing them is for trade bait. Now, I could sign those top 3 guys, probably Stepan, LeCavalier, well, maybe 2 of them, Stepan and LeCavalier, and yeah, that would be a huge boost, 2 86 overall players. But let's go to unrestricted free agents. I hate doing like I said, you give up Stepan and 5.5. Yeah, I could sign those guys, but I really want to get these guys for trade bait. That way I can get Logan Couture. I am crossing my fingers that he signs. I had to offer him a high contract because I'm not sure he'll sign. Now I'm going to look for someone that I want to keep. Filppula is a guy I would love, but $5 million. Oh, well, he's an 85 overall at $5 million. The problem is I already have a bunch of centers, and I guess I'll go for a Ginla, bring him back to Calgary. Let's see if he wants. Oh, he wants less money for 2 years. How about 3? Keeps going down. 4, just 3. It'll go 3 years. 3.5 115, just like he wants. Now with free agency, you have to simulate about 4 days, I think, before you get a response. So it's 2, 3, and 4. Alright, again accepted. Luckily Horton's still there, and come on. Yes, we got Horton. That's a huge deal because, oh, hold on, let's go back. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to see the, oh wait. I want to see my salary cap, but I can't, because it didn't update after I signed those two guys. Oh yeah, 4 million. So let's see. Calgary, San Jose. That's the guy I want. San Jose. If I can't get Logan Couture, look at that. 89 overall. Let's look at his stats for a second. Shooting, 4.5 stars. Skating, 4.5 stars. Puck skills, 5. Look at that. Deking, hand-eye, passing, and puck control, 90 across the board. That's what I really like. This guy is going to be perfect for us if we can get him. He's an absolute stud. 24, that means next 6 years he'll only get better, and I can probably get 10, I would say 10 70-point seasons out of him, I would hope. I mean, he could be a Hall of Famer, a 1,000-point player. He could be a bust, but who knows? I hope he'll be good for us. The reason why I'm trading away our first-round pick of 2 years away, not next year, is because I'm guessing we're going to suck next year still, so I want that first-round pick so I can get another good player to help rebuild. Is going to cost us a considerable amount of guys to trade to even get him. Luckily, Nathan Horton has a high trade value. Let's see if they'll go for this. The trade would put the Sharks. So now we got to kind of fit pieces together. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sort it by overall, then cut it down to guys with crap trade value, like this guy, TJ Gagliardi. That's a perfect fourth-line player for us. A third-line, well, shit, he could be a second-line player. I don't think we have another left wing who's an 81 overall. So now we have Gagliardi. I'm sure they won't go for it, so I'll throw in a second round pick of next year, and totally unwilling to part ways with what you've requested from us. Maybe you trade that second round, change that second round to a first round 2 years from now, and I hope they still won't bite it. They still won't bite, so now we will also, this is the key one, we're going to throw in Giordano, which is pretty risky, but you got to do what you got to do. And we'll take on another salary player for them. Let's go by overall. So I got to take off like $1 million in salary. Rafi Torres, that's a good player for us. I'm not even really... Ooh, oh, that was awesome. Like a little kid on Christmas right now. So now if we look at contracts, because we can't go to the lines yet until free agency's over. Let's just do it this way. Forwards. By overall, Logan Couture, that is awesome. 89 overall, Camilleri 87. I want that to be my first line. Now, I could go Couture on the first line, Camilleri centering the second line, which would be awesome. But I want a top-heavy line because Couture is a playmaker. Camilleri is a sniper. That just sets up for a lot of scoring. Glenn Cross, let's look at his stats. Shooting, skating's good. Physical, is pretty physical. He's a good fighter. Actually, he's really physical. I think that should be 4.5 stars instead of 4. And he's pretty good defensively too. So this would be a great third line player for us if we had more talent. But I think when it comes down to it, he'll be a second line player for us. And look at his stats, not too bad. And here we go. Again, Lop. Physical. He's pretty physical and chippy too, which I like. Really good shot. He'd be a great power play shot on the left point with Camilleri at right wing. That would be a hell of a power play unit, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, my top line, I think, is going to be Couture at center, Camilleri at left wing, and Iginla at right wing. And we got Yuri Hoodler. Let's look at his stats. He's more of an offensive player. Good skater, good shooter, good puck skills. Not much physical or defense, but that's not a big deal. So let's count this up. 7, 8. Oh yeah, that's the guy we got. 8, 9, 10 players with 80 overall. That's good. So then Torres and Barchese will probably be our fourth line players. We still have $5 million left to spend. So let's look at it this way. One center, he'll be left wing. So we got our 4 centers. 1 left wing, 2, 3, 4. I guess Barchese or Torres will have to play right wing on one of the lines. And let's look at Stempniak. He could be our third line guy. Well, maybe not. He's not as chippy as I thought, and he's not as fast of a skater or as well of a skater as I thought. All right, well, yeah, we're going to have to get a defenseman because our top defenseman is Dennis Weidman right now, and then our 6th defenseman right now would be James Martin. So I had to give up a lot to get Logan Couture, but I think in the long run that's really good. Because the contract was like 4 years left and owing $4 million or something like that, which is a hell of a contract. And, you know, I don't want to sign a 34-year-old to $3 million, but I might have to because it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of defensemen left. Ryan Whitney. Let's see, is there any young defensemen? Let's go to defense. Youngest defenseman I would like is Fistrick. Grant Klitzum. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to go for Ferentz. I'm going to have to boost it up a little because otherwise I don't think he'll sign. And I still have $1.8 million left to play with, so, or, well, I guess it'd be $1.4 million. And he signed, so that's good. Now, let's look at goalies. Goalies are a big one. Brizgalov. Oh, he wants $5 million, and I don't have $5 million. All right, let's see if that's not what I want to do. Let's see if we can do some more trading to free up space. Alright, let's go by salary. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Witherspoon. Wow, I really don't have any players I can trade unless I want to give away something of the future. Let's do this. I know that Anaheim is a good goalie. John Gibson, here he is. This kid's supposed to be a stud. Look at that, 4.5 stars. I could pick him up for nothing. I bet I could pick him up for a 2nd round pick, although, yeah. We'll give him a 2nd round pick for Gibson. No, I guess 2nd round picks aren't really good enough. We'll give him a 2nd round pick. And wow, we don't have much for goalies. Roy Sor? Wow, they accepted it. That's cool. So I still have Kiprasov, and I'm banking on John Gibson becoming a superstar like his overall says he should. I didn't have to give up much to get him either, which is good. Alright, so now we have $2.8 million to play with. Let's see if we can't trade for a defenseman. Let's get a nice defenseman in here somewhere. Nick Leddy. And asking price is way too high for most of these guys. And a lot of these teams like Colorado, they're trying to rebuild, so they're not going to want to give up people. Wow, that's Jan Hayda, 35 years old, making $3.2 million. So overall, 82. That's Sarich used to be on Calgary. The guy I'd like to bring back is Phaneuf, but he's 28, 29, making $6 million. So in a couple years, if he starts to drop off, that would be a waste. Wisniewski, oh man, $5.5 million. I don't have that type of money. Jack Johnson, oh, you know what? Jack Johnson looks really good. He's got 5 years left on a $4.3 million contract. Skating's 5 stars. Physical, he's very physical. Defense is pretty good. He's an offensive defenseman. But this is exactly the type of guy I want to sign. So this will be my last move of the offseason if I can somehow get him here. I got 2 rookies, it looks like, that are valuable. I'm guessing, let's see, do I even have, oh crap. Yeah, I'm going to have to give up about 4 million, or not 4 million. I'm going to have to give up like whatever it said, $1 million, something like that. Let's go by salary, 1.8 million. Brody. Does Brody fill the gap? Ooh, we're still just over the cap. Man, I should have signed, that's funny. Although signing Brody for more money wouldn't have worked. Oh, let's do this. Let's put Chris Butler in his stupid $2 million salary, or Shane O'Brien in his $2 million salary. Kind of do have a lot of bad contracts at defense. First round pick in 2016? No. First round and second round, and yeah, no one's gonna bite on it. So I don't think I can get Jack Johnson. Let's look at what Dallas has to offer. Someone with really low, Gonchar. Yeah, $5 million. I don't have that. Second round pick. Let's get rid of the second. Let's get rid of the first. And we will look at what we have. Here's, might be someone here. Carlo Koliakovo, $2.5 million, 82 overall. That's really tempting. You know, let's see if I can get him. Butler for Koliakovo, will that go straight up? No. Gonna have to throw in a draft pick, which I don't mind, because draft picks aren't really that useful. Throw in a second. No, throw in another second. A third. I don't want to waste it too much now. Let's see, how many defensemen do I even have that can start? 1, 2, I'm getting rid of him. 3, 4, 5. So I would have 6. I don't think I have enough to get any of these guys. Let's see, let's sort this one. Man, I think I'm out of luck for defensemen, that's for sure. Jovanovski. Here's a guy. Let's get rid of the second round pick for a minute. Jovanovski for Butler. Jovanovski's got 1 year left, I think. And he's a little more my type of player. So now if we simulate forward, ooh, Chris Stewart's still a free agent. I don't have enough cap space to sign him. So I guess this is going to be our team for this year. This is probably going to be a bad year. I could easily see us being like, let me think, 27, well, I would say 25, 47, and 10. 60 points, yeah, I could see that happening. So I think our goal will be 30 wins and 65 points, which shouldn't be For most teams, it wouldn't be hard, but for us, it's going to be. Luckily, I'm hoping I got a good backup, or I got a good player in John Gibson. He's only, I think, a 61 overall at defense, or at goalie, but he had 4.5-star potential. Now, it was red, meaning it could be completely inaccurate, but I took a risk, and I didn't have to give up much at all to get him anyway, so that was a complete freebie, pretty much. Because if you think about it, I gave up like a second-round pick, I think. If I give up a second-round pick, or if I keep the second-round pick, I don't think there's any second-round picks in the draft that are going to have 4.5-star potentials, if even 4. So that was a complete steal for sure. So now we're going to simulate through the preseason like I usually do, because I don't care to play it. Simulate through the preseason and go right up to the first game. And hold on, I gotta check the time on this. 31 minutes, wow. So this video is almost finished. I'll do the start of the start of the season after this. So what I'll do is I'll go up to the end of the preseason, do all the line changes and everything, and then upload this video. Obviously, when you see this, it's already uploaded. We're 5-0, which is amazing. 6-0. I think something's wrong, because I never would have expected us to start out 6-0. Of course, watch, it was the preseason after all, so we could easily be 0-6 to start the NHL regular season. Alright, so now it's time for our lines. We won 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4. 4 out of our 6 games we won by 1 goal or less. That looks like how our season's going to go. It wouldn't surprise me either. Alright, here we go. Couture at center. Camilleri at left wing. Iginla at right wing. That's a loaded top line. And exactly how I like it. Playmaker at center. Sniper at one forward. And another at one wing. And a power forward at another wing. Now we got Sniper on line 2. Let's go Hoodler centering line 2. Don't want Stempniak there. I know I'm missing someone. First off, let's scratch Tim Jackman, because he's not someone I want in the lineup. Oh, Backlund is healthy? I guess he's got to be in the lineup then. Yeah, I don't have anyone scratched. Where the heck's... Oh, Backlund's here. So we'll put Backlund centering the third line. Glenn Cross is... Oops, not there. We have Glenn Cross on the second line left wing. Hoodler center. David Jones right wing. It's 2 snipers. I don't really like that, but oh well. Gagliardi on the third line. Backlund at center. Torres at right wing. Then we got, Stempniak will go on the third line right wing. So actually, our team's not bad if you look at it. 87 overall, 89, 84. The average overall is 86.7 on the first line. Second line is 83. Third line is 81. And fourth line is, well, under 80. Stajan, Torres, Jackman. All right. Andrew Ference is lefty on line 1. Weidman's right D. Brody's left D. Jovanovski's right D. O'Brien and Smith. So our defense isn't too strong, but hopefully with the rookie we drafted, he can come in soon. A couple years. Oh, this is going to be huge. Our power play is going to be ridiculous. Iginla at left defense on the power play. I'm going to have Camilleri at right wing. Couture at center. Glenn Cross at left wing, so that's a loaded top line. Brody, let's go with Jovanovski at right point on the power play line. We'll go with Ference at right D on line 2, and Brody. Well, let's see. Let's sort it like this. Center, defense. Offensive defenseman. I guess Brody's... Oh, no, let's go Wideman. Wherever the heck he is. Dennis Wideman, lefty, because he's right-handed on the second line. And Iginla, Camilleri, Couture, Glenn Cross. Oh, Erie Hudler at center. Backland. We'll go with Couture, Camilleri, Glenn Cross. We'll go with David Jones at left wing because he's a sniper, because I want them open for one-timers. The power play lines look good. 4-man power play, I don't really care because 4-on-3 power plays rarely happen. Penalty kill, this was a big one. Couture, I guess he's going to be getting a ton of ice time. I definitely don't want Camilleri. He's not a defensive player. I want Glenn Cross. He's a defensive player. Matt Stajan. I guess I screw up his name a lot. And Gagliardi could be an interesting one. Let's sort this again. Oh, I had it sorted. Gagliardi. So that's looking good. Defense, I don't need... Well, I guess he's our second best defenseman, so even though he's offensive defenseman, it works. Ference, Wideman, Camilleri, Jovanovski, O'Brien. Perfect. 4-on-4. 4-on-4 really doesn't matter. Extra attacker, Couture and Camilleri. Goalie, Kiprusov. I don't know why he was the backup. McDonald. And I guess John Gibson's down on the minor league. Shootout, Couture, Camilleri, Hudler, Iginla, Glenn Cross. Perfect. So our lines are set. So that's pretty much it. We got the offense pretty much where I want it. The first line's stacked. And defense is... I gotta do a lot of working on that. I might trade for someone at the trade deadline. I'm not sure. If we really stink, though, I'm gonna bank on us having the first overall pick. If we have the first overall pick, we could be a great team in 3 or 4 years. There's one other thing I wanted to look at before I wrap up this video. Progress reports. I guess no one... Oh, I guess it's because we haven't started the season. Oh, I guess last thing while I'm here is captains. Practice, jersey strategy. Oh, I guess it's jersey numbers. Set captains. Couture, captain. Camilleri, alternate. Glenn Cross. You know what? We'll make Camilleri the captain and Couture the alternate captain. That don't even make sense. You know what? I wonder if I can make my goalie an alternate captain, because he's a leader on the team. I guess not. Kind of sucks. Oh, I'll make Iginla the captain. Get a lot of... Oh, yeah, duh. Iginla used to be the captain. There you go, Iginla, Couture, and Camilleri. Alright, everything's looking good. So that wraps up the first episode of GM Mode. Hope you guys liked it.